Thank you. Happy to be back here at Finovate. As most of you know, Bill Shrink is a consumer service that saves people thousands of dollars on their everyday bills. In fact, we've saved over $1 billion for over 1.5 million customers so far. Most of this has been exclusively on BillShrink.com, though. We're here to announce that it's now going to be everywhere. We're announcing StatementRewards, a product that we are launching in conjunction with our bank and credit card partners to help drive customer profitability for them by driving a higher shift of spend onto their cards, increased loyalty, and achieving all of this with just a single line of JavaScript. What does the product do? It's effectively bringing the power of the Bill Shrink engine right into your statements. It rewards you for using your credit and debit cards for large and small expenses. Let's just jump into a demo to see how all this actually works.
Great. So I've logged into one of my colleagues' credit card accounts. This one happens to be on Citibank. These aren't demonstrative of live partner integrations, rather just a collection of some credit cards we had around the office. I'm going to click this button up here. It says Add Statement Rewards. And what this is going to do is going to inject that single line of JavaScript that Schwark made reference to, and that's going to cause for our system to analyze all the transactions on the page, figure out what are the right set of personalized rewards that this user should be presented with. You'll see that they get presented directly in line here. Let's jump in a little bit more detail on some of these. This first transaction you can see is from Verizon Wireless, which obviously is tied to the user's monthly cell phone bill. For these types of recurring bills, the approach we take is an integrated one where we can help the user see if they can spend less on their service, in this case, wireless service. So I'm going to give the system a little bit of additional information and hit go. Just as a quick background, for those of you who are less familiar with Bill Shrink, what we've been doing since we launched the service in 2008 is to provide users with personalized recommendations, data-driven on complex products like cell phones, TV packages, credit cards, et cetera. The first thing we always do is get an understanding of what the user's unique usage requirements are. And the best way to do that for wireless is to get directly from their cell phone bill, which is the process that we just did. So here you can see we play a little bit of information back to the user in terms of what we learned from their cell phone bill. But most interestingly, I can click View Recommendations. And here you can see Bill Shrink has figured out, based on the wireless marketplace, that we can save this user upwards of $800 a year by switching to a different carrier, or even to save money just by switching to a different plan on their current carrier. In a very similar way, we've helped save 8 out of 10 wireless users money on their cell phone bills. So we're really excited to bring the power of that savings platform directly into your statement. We can do the same thing for TV. We can do the same thing for gas as well. Here you can see, for example, we noticed the user filled up at a 76 station in San Francisco. In the statement, we'll show you the cheapest price of gas today, and the user can get more detailed recommendations as well.
So all of these verticals, gas, wireless, and television, add up to savings of over $1,000 per year per consumer. Substantial savings, clearly large spend items that are on most people's cards today. 90% of those surveyed actually said that they'd move that spend to a card that actually had the Statement Rewards type feature on it, whether it's a debit or a credit card. So clearly something that is very interesting to consumers. But we also have other spend that's not as large, transactions at Starbucks, for example, high frequency, low amounts, and we can help solve money on those as well. Let's look at our loyalty rewards part of the product.
Great. So let's go back to the same statement, and let's focus on this transaction here from Target. In this case, the user is receiving a reward for having previously visited Target and spent $50 their last transaction. As a result, they have a reward where they can get another $50 in merchandise for only $35 if they buy today. This prepay mechanism is becoming very popular. Merchants love the high engagement rates. Customers get access to great deals. So it's a win-win all around. Now, depending on the rewards, there could be different payment and fulfillment options. Here's one scenario we've laid out where the user can simply single-click to complete the purchase with a little bit of bank partner integration. We can securely charge their credit card since they're already logged into their account. Then the user can continue to print their receipt, take it in any store for fulfillment. So we think this is a really easy and fast way for users to get up and running and rewarded for their purchases. Let's look at a few more examples. I'm going to update the view here to look at the August statement. I'm going to reinsert the statement rewards. You'll see, and this gives you a sense for how the user would continue to get new personalized rewards over the months as their spend patterns continue to evolve. As you probably figured out, one of the key things to make all this work is for us to be able to reliably understand what's happening every transaction. And that's not always easy. If you can see this transaction here, it says music downloads. It's a little bit cryptic. It turns out this is actually an Amazon transaction. So we've been investing a lot in a patent-pending transaction platform that allows us to reliably extract the merchant and location information from every line item, which is the key to making sure we can get good, relevant results. Another example of how you bring that to bear, here's an example of a Taco Bell reward. The user is being rewarded here for shopping at Taco Bell and for also dining in the fast food category, which we were able to figure out because we saw some surrounding transactions which we classified as Domino's Pizza or In-N-Out Burgers, et cetera. Now, there's other types of rewards besides loyalty rewards. You can have non-loyalty rewards as well. For example, here's an example where Macy's is trying to reward Kohl's customers. One important note is the user can exert control over this platform as well. They can like offers, they can dislike offers, and when they do that, they help to train the system so that you get increased and better personalization of your offers, of your reward selection on an ongoing basis. The platform is also extensible to include support for third-party rewards. In this case, the partner bank is wishing to cross-sell its auto loan products to its credit card holders. And so they've found a transaction that's indicative of car ownership, in this case a gas station, and they provided an appropriate offer here. I'm going to switch over to one of my colleagues' statements, this time on American Express. And you can see very similarly, you see statement rewards throughout the screen. The look and feel is totally customizable by the bank, so we've made sure that they have full power to control the experience on their statements.
So 90%, as we mentioned earlier, actually surveyed said they switched spend to a card, debit or credit, with statement rewards as a feature. It's understandable why. They get real help trying to shrink their expenses and discounts at merchants they like to shop at. Banks get increased profitability via higher loyalty, increased spend on their cards, as well as achieving all of this with just a single line of JavaScript. And merchants also get higher loyalty from their most valuable customers, driving higher satisfaction for them as well. The key thing here is that the merchant network is growing. We have 5,000 different rewards in our system today, 90% coverage of the top 100 retailers as we speak, and rapidly growing as well. And for FIs, as I said earlier, a single line of JavaScript to get started. It can be integrated into the statements, also into the bill pay sections of the website as well, if that is more appropriate, or even your PFM sections. If you have PFM with someone like Yodlee, for example, you can integrate that into the Yodlee applications as well, using the same kind of integration technology. If you're less than Yodlee 10, as we've seen before, or if you're Yodlee 10 or higher, you can actually get the same functionality as a FinApp. You know shrinkage is good. Now shrinkage is everywhere.
Thanks, guys.